Hi, it's Lisa, and today I just wanted to talk about basically what life is like with a diabetes alert service dog. So basically, once my son was diagnosed with type 1, as you know, I have type 1 as well, my parents actually started looking into diabetes alert service dogs, and they were really pushing the idea, and it was a wonderful idea. Riley was in college at the time, and he was only, 13, I think, at the time where the idea of Cooper came about. So he had had diabetes for about a year. And it was thought of as just, Cooper would be another tool in the toolbox of managing type 1 diabetes. So we ended up finding River's Edge Diabetes Alert Dogs in College Station, Texas. Reached out to Terry and Nancy. They're absolutely just lovely people. And they told us about Cooper. So he wasn't going to be available for, I think, about 6 months at the time. So, but he was in his training. He was 6 months old, and what they do is they sell started diabetes alert dogs. So what that means is they do their initial obedience training, they do their public service training, their public access training, and they use scent samples to train them to do alerting, low blood sugar. So once you obtain a dog through them, which is about 1 year old in general, then you have to finish that training. So when we got Cooper, Terry and Nancy flew to us with Cooper, and they were there, I think, 3 days, and got us doing public access with him, teaching us the things we needed to do to continue that training with Cooper, so he can bridge to live person blood glucose alerting. And funny enough, when they showed up with Cooper at our house for the first time, he was all over me, and it turns out my blood sugar was low. So he wasn't pawing, but his tail was wagging, and he just was all over me. And they said, you might want to check your blood sugar. He hadn't been trained to do all the live alerting at that point. He just was trained on the blood sugar samples, the low samples. So I checked, and indeed I was low. So we were pretty much on our way. So that first, I want to say it was about 3 to 6 months. Every time we fed Cooper his food, it was through training. So we made our own low blood sugar scent samples, myself and Riley, and had all those in the freezer ready to go. So every time it was feeding time, we had to make sure our blood sugar was normal, so what he was picking up was that scent sample. And then we would basically do all these games. We would hide it in different buckets, and he'd have to figure out which bucket, or it would be hidden in pockets on us, or, just all these things to just kind of help him keep that learning that, oh, low blood sugar means I get fed. This is good. I need to find this. So Cooper started bridging to live alerting on his own. I think it was within a few months, and then he just got more and more consistent after the first couple months of doing that, and then we never had to do the training through food anymore. He's very food motivated. I would say ball is number 1 importance, and food is number 2 importance. So he's a funny guy. So anyhow, Riley started taking Cooper to college with him at that point, and Cooper went everywhere with him. Doctor's appointments, grocery shopping. We went to Disneyworld with Cooper the first few weeks we had him, which was kind of funny. He went everywhere. So once COVID hit, and all of a sudden school shut down for Riley, everything went online. Like I said, he was in college at 13. He had his associate's degree at 17. So once everything went online, Cooper got to become more of a normal dog who just alerts low blood sugar. So it was pretty incredible. Anyway, so now he's almost 8, which is older in service dog years. So most of his time he gets to spend at home, and he's still just incredible. He will alert about 15 to 30 minutes before you even have a low blood sugar, which is superior to even the Dexcom. He is 100% accurate. It is incredible. He taught himself high blood sugars. He was only taught low blood sugars by River's Edge. So one day he just started alerting, like right on the nose, at anything above 200. And from then on, he's always alerted low blood sugar under 70 and high blood sugar. And I mean, it can be literally 200 and he will alert. And at 198, he won't alert. It's just absolutely incredible. So he has probably saved us more times than I can even count. When Grace was diagnosed, I actually mentioned this in a different video talking about the kids and how they were diagnosed, their story. But what's funny was Grace told me after she was diagnosed that for about 2 weeks or so, Cooper would not leave her alone. He would come in her room and he would start alerting her. And she was like, what is wrong with you? Leave me alone. I don't have diabetes. And then she would kick him out of her room. So what's funny is he knew before anyone knew that she also, was type 1 diabetic. So actually the only other funny thing to mention with Cooper is my mom. So my mom's blood sugar tends to run, just on the lower side of normal. She's not diabetic. It's just how her body is. He literally alerts her and drives her nuts as well. And when we check her blood sugar, she's in the 60s. So he's just doing his job. So he really likes my mom. We were on vacation once in Colorado and just walking down the street, and Cooper, very obedient, very, very obedient. When he's got his vest on and he's in public, he is behaving perfectly. Even his alert is different. So instead of the pawing like he does at home, when he's in public, his tail will start wagging and then he bows, and he's kind of taught himself that as well. And I think it's because he just doesn't want to do this big ridiculous display of, hey, you're low, or you're high, like he does at home. So anyway, okay, so we were walking down the street in Colorado, and there was a group of maybe 8-10-year-old child and then 2 adults that were real close to us. And all of a sudden Cooper's tail starts going nuts, and he's sniffing and he's trying to pull over to them. And I'm like, what is wrong with you, Cooper? So it turns out we got to talking with them, and the kid had type 1 diabetes. So Cooper just knew that that's a good smell that gives him food, that just blood sugar is not perfect. So he's pretty incredible. He's just been an absolute godsend overall. There are times where he's very persistent and he starts driving me insane, like he'll get his treat and then he's still just alert, especially those times where I'm coming down fast and he's like pre-alerting. It's before my Dexcom is even picking it up. Because the Dexcom is in the interstitial fluid. It's not in the whole blood. So it runs about 15 minutes in real time behind what your actual blood sugar is. So he will just alert. And sometimes I literally have to make him go place in his dog bed. Cooper, go place, I'm fine. Just to get him to kind of calm down. I'm okay. You don't need to drive me nuts. Oh, speak of the devil. Hi. What you doing? He's coming in. I think it's actually getting close to dinner time. So anyway, thanks for listening. And if anyone out there has a Cooper, I would love to hear your story. Or if you're thinking about getting a diabetes alert service dog, they are pretty incredible. And here's Cooper. Blood sugar must be good. He is just chilling. Are you a happy boy? You're an amazing boy.